everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a 2022 bullet journal setup. I am starting out using an Archer and Olive notebook, and it's in this beautiful moonflower design with like the white linen cover. It's kind of a creamy white. It's actually really beautiful. I decided to cut the cover page because I never really write my name in my bullet journal for some reason. So I decided to cut that page off and actually use the dot grid page that's underneath it because normally I just skip it. So I wrote out 2022 with a Tombow marker in number 977, and I'm just going to cut out some tabs and some Dutch door type pages within each tab. I'm going to get started on what I'm calling my grid spacing bookmark. I have done a grid spacing page in just about every one of my bullet journals, and I have rarely used it. I tried to do a more elaborate grid spacing page in my last bullet journal, and I used it in the beginning, and then for some reason I just forgot it was there and stopped using it. But so I decided to create this sort of bookmark, and I think that I might actually use it a lot more. I have already used it to set up my reading journal, and I am loving it. So the way that this is set up is one side of the bookmark is for your vertical dots and the other side is for your horizontal dots. And I have just done exactly what you do when you set up a grid spacing sheet, and I've just done one side for horizontal, one side for vertical. I didn't have any kind of like ribbon or anything like that or any kind of tassel to go for the top, so I just used some washi tape and created something that looked like a ribbon until I can get something to, punch a hole in it and make it look like a real bookmark. So now what I'm doing is I am gluing on some paper that I found at Joann's. I bought this whole paper pack because it was so beautiful with the moons and stars, and it was so sweet looking. I just loved it. So I'm gluing some paper onto the inside of the front cover, and that's where I'm going to actually put the grid spacing bookmark. So one of the things that I wanted to try for this bullet journal is just experimenting with a lot of different things, and I decided to experiment some with this vellum. And so what I did was I cut the vellum and kind of glued it in between the two pages that I cut off, if that makes sense. In between the page that I cut off and the dot page where it says 2022, so that you can sort of see a hint of that showing through. And that word progress is the word of the year. I have to be completely honest with you guys. This originally was going to be my bullet journal for 2022, and I love the way that it turned out. I think it is so beautiful and so sweet looking, but to be completely honest, it's not really me. So I have decided to gift this to my daughter because she loves it. I kind of fell into, comparison game, I guess, and started comparing my stuff to other people's stuff on Instagram and YouTube, and the whole scrapbook thing is very big right now and I love it, but it's not really me. So I decided to gift this to my daughter, and she loves it. She's 23 years old, and this is perfect for her. So I'm really excited that it's going to get used because I do love the way it turned out. And I almost didn't post this video because I thought, I'm not going to use it, so you guys will never see it again. But I wanted to give you guys another option because I do really love the way it turned out. I think it looks beautiful, so I wanted to let you guys see it. Don't worry, I will be coming back with what I'm going to be using for my 2022 bullet journal, and so far I am loving the way that it turned out. It is definitely more of what I would consider my sort of art style. I am definitely getting my drawing groove back, so you need to stay tuned for that because it's going to be really cool. Alright, so what I've done so far is I've basically just glued on little trims to each one of the Dutch door pages, and I got that idea from Kelsey Doodles on Instagram. I will leave her handle down below, and I have attached some paper onto each one of the tabs. So this is the real first page of the bullet journal, and this is the future log. And like I said, I originally had this planned out for me, so it's got YouTube stats and Instagram stats down at the bottom, but my daughter can just, put some cute stickers down there at the bottom and cover that up, or cover it up with more paper. I've got plenty more of that paper. And now we are moving on to the goals page, and the left side is for a vision/mood board, which I actually fill in off camera, but you can see it at the end of the video. And the right side is for big goals for the year. And the way that I have them separated is business, health, and personal. And like I said, I originally created this for myself, but my daughter is going to use the business part basically for her job, for her career. So this next spread is basically where she's going to put in the action steps that she's going to take every month to get closer to her big goals. So I've got it broken down into monthly, weekly, and daily action steps, and this is the monthly action steps, where she will just fill in what she wants to do per month to help reach those goals. This page is the weekly action page where she'll put in what she wants to do every week to accomplish those goals. And I've got a whole separate page coming up next for the daily action steps. So this page here is where the daily action plan will go, and I've set it up to where there's like an ideal day broken down by time, and that way she can write in basically what her ideal day is on a regular work day to help her accomplish her goals. This next page here is a projects and when did I last spread, and basically it's just a breakdown of some of the projects that she'll be able to get done in the next few months. And the next page is when did I last, and that's kind of, you know, self-explanatory. When did I last, I don't know, change out my toothbrush or something like that, and that way she can have a place to keep track of all those important things that we actually forget. And now we're moving on to the meals page, and this is where she will just put in all of her favorite meals or any new ideas that she might have. She can jot those down. It's got a place for entrees and sides. This page here is probably one of my favorite spreads because of the way that it turned out, and I think it's so useful. It's the things to do page, and basically she will just write in there random things to do. Like she can have a category that's self-care and all the things to do for self-care, or things to do when you're bored, or date night ideas, or things like that. So things to do around town. It'll just be a really fun place for her to jot down any new ideas that come up or any fun things that she wants to do that she doesn't have time for right now but might have time for in the future. And I love the way that this turned out. I actually cut that butterfly out of one of the pieces of paper. So this spread here is the master to-do list and the brainstorm list, and there was actually a piece of paper in the paper pack that was a bunch of strips of patterned paper, and it kind of, to me, it looked like washi tape all lined up together. And so what I did was I just cut those strips out and decided to use them like washi tape as the headers for these two pages. Alright, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!